I want to say something. I was just thinking as I was doing my part two. For those that don't know, I'm Divine Celia. Welcome in. So we're gonna continue our part two. But here's my question to you: why do you run from love, and why do you blame it? A lot of people say, well, because it hurts so bad. Who chose the person? You or spirit? Who chose the people? Who chose the friends? And some of you will say, well, I didn't choose my family. True, but you can choose how you interact with them. Now, I get it when you're children, you can't so much because your family doesn't understand. I get that, and you do what you got to do. And children have it so freaking hard. They do. Because a lot of times, parents, for their own ego and well being, don't listen to their kids and how their families are because they've been alive in their families and they know how their families are, and there's nothing wrong with our family. And then when you get a black sheep who's awake to everyone else who's sheep and sheeple that sleep, you shit on the one that's awake because you don't want change. And that's what's going on, is people don't want change. They want the cycle to continue because they gain from this cycle. But those who are chosen gain as well. It's just not necessarily monetary. It's supposed to be. We're supposed to get abundance, not material. Two different things. Abundance that's never ending. And in that abundance is love, financial, spiritual, mental, knowledge, physical. See, that's where your abundance is. That's all of it. So first of all, don't cut it off in the language. Material versus abundance. It's abundance. Because abundance is all of it. Right? But I'm sitting up here and I was thinking. And I'm like, there's so many people afraid of love. So of course, when you're afraid of something, you don't understand something, you talk down on it. When you don't know it and you're ignorant of it, you talk down on it. I want you to understand this. And I want to make for this rightfully understood. The love path is the hardest path you saw Jesus walking. Whether or not Jesus was who people say he was is not the point, which y'all keep missing. It's not the point. The point of Jesus, my Father, is how he walked, not who he was. It's how he walked, what he did. Everyone keeps concentrating on he was love, he gave love. What does that mean? Well, he helped the leopards and he fed the, okay, so what does that mean? Well, he helped them. So why did he help them? Dig. Well, because his father told him to. No, he didn't help him because his father told him to. One, that's what he was born to do. A lot of us chosen are. Two, because he saw the lie of the system, which he was killed for. That's what he was killed for. He made a fool of them. He saw the lie. He was a part of that group. And he looked at them and said, how the hell can you say what you're saying and you treating the people this way? A lot of what the chosens do, right? So I don't understand those that don't understand my Father, because we have the same line of work. And in order to do that work, my Father loved himself. He had turmoil. He went through it. I don't focus on who he was. That doesn't matter. I focus on what he did and why. Because that's our job too. Okay? So when you carry that torch of love to teach other people, that's a heavy responsibility. That's the torch pastors and preachers are supposed to be doing. But just like the Pharisees and Sadducees, not so much, huh? Because it was nothing for them to pull out 30 shekels of silver. Like it was nothing. So that tells you where the money lied, other than the Romans. Okay? So, love. You ask love to open your eyes, it will. Not in the way you expect. You ask for love in your life, it's going to give it to you, but it may just give you. And then you may get mad. I get that a lot with clients. They want to heal themselves for the purposes of having someone. I don't want to work with those people. You're not doing it for you. You're doing it so you'll have somebody. Why don't you do it to know you? Because in this equation, you're the most important person. I don't understand that. I'm going to learn about me and love me so I can get someone else. And then I won't be paying attention to me. And then you get mad when love doesn't give you someone because you're not doing it for you. And then you're going to shit on love. That's on you. My loves, if you're going to walk the self-love path, rule number one, stop lying to yourself. Stop making excuses for yourself. That's rule number one. Stop lying. It is what it is. They cheated on you. They didn't want you. Yeah, your coworkers conspired to get you fired. Yeah, that's what happened. Your parents cut you off. Yeah, that's what happened. You have to not lie to yourself and see things for what they really are. Now I'm going to say this. If you cannot do this on your own, please do get professional to do this with. Okay? And please do not self-harm. It is no purpose. You've already been through these things. You just have to recognize they're true. That's the truth. That's your baseline where you're starting at. That's the reason why you need to know. Okay? That's your baseline where you're starting at. You need to know your starting point to know where you're going. These other therapists and shit that sit up there, you don't need to remember. You don't need to start there. That's bullshit. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I will argue them down till the cows come home. But I guarantee you they ain't going to be using a spiritual lens. They're going to be using scientific. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you need to heal that. Because when love comes in, it's going to make you go back to that anyway and heal it. So yes, you do. And you need to tell yourself the truth of what happened without judgment on you. Don't sit up there and blame you. Okay? I don't give a fuck whose fault it is. You're not doing it for fault. You're doing it to recognize this is my starting point. This is where I'm starting from. This is where my pain is starting from. Some of you don't even know where your pain is starting from. And so you keep repeating it over and over again. Love will show you. But once you get to a certain level in loving yourself, you will no longer be fooled by who's fake. You will feel it in your heart space and your solar plexus. You won't be fooled because you'll have understanding. You'll get to certain levels where you'll be able to look at people and not get upset. You'll recognize they are them and you'll see the mirror. And a lot of times you'll see these people mirroring you and you'll be like, ooh, that's more of an evolved mind that can see that. And you're like, ooh, I'm doing this. Then you're going to stop blaming all these practitioners and shit. They're at fault, yes, but you're going to stop blaming them because you're going to understand you had the wheel in your hands the whole time, whether or not they were putting shit on your wheel. You still the one that turns it. You understand? Love will wake you up when you're ready to be awoken. And sometimes it will wake you up when you're not because you asked. Understand, you asked or it needs you to do a job or you asked for love in your life. So it will clear everything out so you can have the right love. Don't blame love for doing its fucking job. Blame you and your choices that you did not know and what you chose. It's on you. It's not on love. Do you understand? Okay. So we're going to move to a part 3 and we're going to wrap this up. Love you, y'all. Namaste.